Hello YouTube, Louis here, and welcome to the weekend. We're going to talk about the markets a little bit, but first from the Germania Mint, Knights of the Past, St. John. And it is a beautiful coin. It is currency of Malta, and they've done another outstanding job both with the coin itself and the packaging. It does come in this wonderful display card. So if you wanted to put something like that on your desk, I think that would always look really nice. So limited to 15,000 pieces worldwide, and doing well in the aftermarket. It's a wonderful set. If you are a collector and you would like to have one of those, these will be coming out shortly. Along with St. John, Germania Mint sent me a copper bar. And it's my first one. It's not something I would typically buy, but it would look great sitting on the desk or as a gift to somebody that just would enjoy holding something real. And I'm supposing these are limited because they are numbered. This one is an A code. They sell, you can buy these between $2 and $3 an ounce at various retailers. And copper will sell on eBay, but pretty much not at the $2, $3, $4 level. So we'd have to see a lot of movement in copper for this to increase in value. But it is beautiful. It's very well done. It is limited mintage, and I think I'll give this one away. Not to you guys. I'll probably give it to a family member. Sorry about that. They come in these little boxes. And, they're just well packaged, well crafted, and sealed so they won't tarnish. So I do like those, but I wouldn't call it an investment. I would call it a curiosity. In 20 years, I'm sure, it'll be worth $10, but nobody wants to wait that long. But these guys here are doing really well in the aftermarket, and you could certainly collect those. Most things coming out of Germania Mint are holding value or gaining in value. It is definitely a high quality outfit, and you can mostly trust their products. I haven't had anything spot in a long while. Let me know if you have had different experience, but these look great, and can't get any better than a knight, right? That is a wonderful genre, and the COA will tell you more about St. John and the order. So there you go, and I will just hold this here and talk a little bit. Okay, last week I made some predictions, and we are definitely moving in the direction that I thought we would. War is not a one-day story. It is goes on for weeks and weeks. And people often don't think war will escalate, but seems like it always does. And certainly the Israeli conflict has escalated, and the U.S. has been involved with shots fired and attacks on military bases. I won't get any deeper into that, except that you can bet your tax dollars will be going to fund bombs and personnel to help the Israelis. Kind of surprising because there is not the kind of support for Israel that I thought there would be, as you can see from demonstrations all over our country. And actually, fewer Democrats support Israel than Republicans. So there's something to wonder about. If you ever wondered where Joe Biden sits on the spectrum, he sits on the side of the industrial war complex, obviously. And I think they may also be trying to goose the economy here because stimulus is running out, stock market is petering out, and people are, just wondering where the next boost is going to come to GDP. But will 160 billion do it? I don't know. That buys a lot of bombs. And of course, those that we give to Israel, we have to replace. So maybe that'll be stimulative, but things look pretty shaky right now. And personally, I do not want my tax dollars that are being printed out of nowhere to go anywhere but into our own country. I think it's an abomination. And what is Israel's debt to GDP? Is it 130%? Well, I would say if it is, okay, they probably need help. If it's lower, why are we printing money to help them? All right, aside from the horrific attack, I understand that, but this is a 3D chess game, and we are right in the middle of it, as I think Iran and Russia wanted. So there you go about the war. But as I said last week, this typically provides upwards of a 2-month bounce to gold, and gold pulls silver up. If you watch the GSR, gold goes up. GSR, if it's at 86 or something, it pulls back down to 84, gold goes up again, and the same thing happens over and over again. Because there is no industrial expansion to believe that silver, the industrial side of silver, should be becoming more rare, should be harder to get. If anything, there probably will be a glut of it. And so it's the monetary side that's bringing it up right now. My predictions probably end around 2050 for gold, and between 25 and 26 for silver. And I think, as this drags on and things get worse and worse and gold continues to appreciate, and of course there will be pullbacks within that period, but gold will continue to appreciate. I think silver will as well. Then the FOMO will start to come back when we get over 25. And that may be the end of the move. Gold between 2000 and 2100, and silver between 25 and 26. And I think that will be about it unless something really horrific happens. And then gold could certainly break out to all-time highs. So that's where I think the market is. I think the stock market is might be due for a little bounce here, but does not look good. Looks very, very sick. Of course, rates hit 5% on the 10-year and then pulled back dramatically. I think that there are influencers and powers that do not want to see the 10-year over 5%. And I hear more and more people wanting to lock that in, because 5% over the next 10 years, if you held to maturity, not to buy it and speculate, but if you held to maturity, could certainly outdo the stock market. And then with a little question mark on inflation, and if inflation does go out of control, which it seems like it might, perhaps that puts a tailwind on the back of the stock market, but not before the crash. So there you go. I think we'll get lower prices on the markets. I think we'll get higher prices on precious metals. And I think bonds are kind of toppy here at 5%, or actually 4.91 on the 10-year. And act accordingly with your money. There is nothing like cold hard cash. And it has been interesting, as the market has been selling off, we have not gotten the opportunity to buy gold and silver in a liquidity event. Now, perhaps we have not had the big liquidity event yet, but people are wanting the gold and silver instead of the stocks. And maybe we'll skip the liquidity event this time. I don't know, but it's nice to have a nice big pile of silver and a big pile of gold. And if we get, to my price targets, I'll probably sell some. Depending on if the premiums come back. Right now, JM Bullion is paying like $1 to $2 under spot for silver. That tells you how little they want it, and they're paying spot or a little over spot for gold. So gold is definitely what's wanted right now, and if you've got some, I'm sure you're happy about that. Silver, it's going to take a little bit for the FOMO to come back, I think. But if we get into this for a month and silver holds and keeps pushing up, to the high 23s, the low 24s, mid 24s. We take a few runs at 25. Premiums start coming back up because retailers are always greedy, and you'll start hearing the stories that gold and silver is the only place to be. And I think that will push us higher. And then we'll see what happens when we get to those targets. Unless I'm wrong, which I certainly could be. So anyway, could you buy? Yeah, there are still with silver at about 23.40. Well, we're already up $1.40 from last week when I predicted higher highs. Gold up $40 from last week at about 1980 and hit 2000 obviously. But could you buy with silver at 23.40 and a $1 premium as you're seeing all over the place right now? Absolutely. I didn't go for it, but Vermilion had a sale on 100-ounce Engelhard bars. Man, they were sweet. He was only getting 75 cents over on a 40-year-old Engelhard bar. Yeah, in the old days, I would have pulled out all my extra cash and bought some of those because FOMO always returns. Higher spot prices always return. You never know how long it's going to take, but it always happens. And right now, if you want to be buying the good stuff, there's plenty of good stuff out there. If you want to hold your cash tight and hold for a pullback, I don't think we're going to get one for a little while, but you never know. So at least premiums are low, and feel free to buy some silver if that's what you're looking to do. When the FOMO comes back, if you've been picking up silver eagles between 26 and 27, when the FOMO comes back, they'll be 35 in a heartbeat. And then you could trade those out if that's what you do. The biggest mistake that stackers make, and this is my opinion and my opinion only, is they don't sell. All right, so you can average in, you can buy low, you can buy medium, you can buy high. But if you're not selling when it's at a high, then you ride it all the way back down, and it's the retailers that make all the money, not you. So I think you should be buying and selling at the appropriate times. Remember $40 silver eagles? You all could have got 40 bucks a piece for any silver eagle in your stack. Now you could buy them all back at 27 probably. Um, that's how the seasoned people do it, and it's not that hard to do. But you got to get your emotions out of it. All right, so there we go. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. I hope you're having a great weekend, and let me know what you are doing. Are you holding tight and watching for the rise? Are you planning on selling if we go higher? Gold looks pretty tasty up here at 1980. If you had some gold to sell, you certainly could sell some, but I think it's going higher. Silver, you can't sell right now. It's still the premiums and the buyback prices are too low, and you got to hold on and look for the FOMO to come. And the channels that market FOMO, they'll be doing their best to get people to bid those premiums up. But don't you do it. You sit back for a little bit here and watch your stack appreciate. And then when we get to the FOMO high, think about trading a little out. All right, you guys have a wonderful weekend. I hope you enjoy it, and I look forward to talking to you in the comments. Louis out.